gonna try to send a link and get a couple of more people on at the last minute. Hello, everyone. I am Paul Wizzo. I want to welcome you out to Wizzo Talk. It is always uncut, unedited, unpredictable, multiple topics, and multiple guests. However, today's topic is only one and is known by many names, and we're talking about sex. It's also known as fucking, having, making love, having sex, and whatever else you want to put with it like that. But that's the only thing that will be discussed tonight. And right now, Dr. Diane is having multiple guys with her right now. So bless her heart, y'all. Y'all
That
say
sounded kind of multiple.
yes, yes. We got multiple guys, and you supposed to hopefully we get you some backup in here. But anyway, if you like to subscribe to Wizzo Talk, the link is in the description or it's strolling right there across the bottom of the screen. If you're watching this from Facebook, remember it is absolutely free, 100% free to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate your support. And by all means, you can always hit the damn thing here clicking on. But anyway, let me get on back to it. So if you're watching from Facebook, by all means, please hit that the link in the description and subscribe to my YouTube channel. With that being said, I'm gonna go on and go around the room. We're gonna meet our guest, and then I'm gonna send this to this other lady, and hopefully we can get this podcast to start it. So let's start with Dr. Diane first. Do your intro.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Diane Eunice. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist and sex therapist, and I am the founder of the Relationship Rehab, and I'm also a member of the Global Women Speakers, and that's me. And thanks for
Oh,
having me, guys.
that's what's up. That's what's up. We definitely appreciate you wholeheartedly. So let's go ahead on and let's start at the top with seven. Go ahead. Seven. Seven.
He Peter Panderer today.
Seven.
Yo, this your. I didn't know if y'all could hear me. My mic was muted, but I'm sorry. This your boy Peter Panderer, aka I like that double handed with a twist. It's an honor to be here with you boys, man. Let's get into this topic today. Y'all want to check me out? At the Real Truth, all one word. I'm on all social media platforms, man. And hey, yo, I like it when she spit on it.
All right, that's what's up. All right, spit on it. All right, Poke. What is that intro, Poke?
Already. Appreciate you having me on. Always a pleasure to be here with the fellas and the doctor, of course. Today we're going to get into a little bit of that sexual chocolate, so I'm ready for it. BIGPOKDOGG all day, every day. Any of the social
Mm.
media platforms, you can catch me there.
Damn, did we lose it?
Bro.
Damn, did I get
Oh
lost?
shit! There you go.
Uh-huh.
We heard social
Yeah,
media
I'm here.
platforms
Can you hear
again.
me?
What?
Am I straight? Am I
Yeah,
solid?
Yeah,
you
we
got
can hear you.
we can hear you. A little feedback, but we hear you.
Damn it, I'm muted.
Okay, come on with it. You good?
We're going to try it again.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to come
Well,
back.
all right. That's what's up. All right, Rico, come on with it.
Oh man, it's Rico. Once again, love to be here. Hey, I've been looking forward to this topic, and I'm so glad that Dr. Diane is on here because hey, I want to talk about this a lot because I love sex just as much as the next man or woman.
Yes, yes, no doubt, no doubt. And come on with it, Jason.
This Jason. Glad to be here. Always proud to be a guest on the show. Give my opinions, give my angle, my point of view. Looking forward to the conversation today, especially if the other women show up. I don't want to talk about sex with a bunch of hard heads.
No shit,
Exactly.
Thank you,
man.
Dr. Diane, for showing up.
Yeah, Dr. Diane and Dr. Diane. I'm supposed to have four other ladies with you right now, and I just sent another one a
Or
message. Yes, that's been asking me to come on, and then she hadn't even replied yet. And that's I tell you, I messaged them all week. We ready? We ready? We ready? We ready? So, and I know you can't be here long, so we're gonna let you handle what you can handle, and then you know your limits on what you can handle. We don't. So, meanwhile, so I'm gonna tell you guys how we're gonna work this out right quick up until she has to
uh-huh.
go. I'm going to ask my first question to you, let you reply, and then I have a list of the guys the way we're going to go in order. After we go from this first round, then it's just going to be open discussion after that. But I want to kind of got a little protocol right here. So, where again, I'm going to talk get the question started with you, Dr. Diane. Let you go on and reply, and then I'm gonna go down my list in the order that the guys are going to reply to that, and then after that you can say anything. Then we're gonna go to whatever questions we got. All
Okay.
right, ain't nobody mad but the devil. So, Dr. Diane, here is I have three points that I want to ask you about to comment on, and here we go. So, Dr. Diane, I'm going to ask you, at what point, during the relationship, does the sex talk a topic need to take place? Because in the beginning, once whoever have their first encounter of sex, they never, there's no list, she'll be ready in 5 minutes. Oh, Lord. Sorry about that. There's no book, there's no handbook. You just start, we got an Audi, she has an innie, and we know we want to put that motherfucker in that hole right there. So there's nothing discussed on that. And I think some men, they'll take around and they'll leave one relationship, they'll go to the next relationship, and what worked with that past lady is not working with this one. So now again, they on figuring it out. So I'm asking you on that top, but now I'm going to say these other two. At what point does that sex conversation needs to take place between the women? And then on this next one, it's been some guys that have been said, but sex toys in the bedroom is for men that can't fuck. So I just want to get your thoughts on sex toys that's out there, because one of the guys had mentioned that before, that's the only reason, that's the only thing good for sex toys are good for. And then my last one is, I just want to ask you, why is it that some, and I can only say black women because I just only dated inside my race, why some black women don't like to suck dick? So those are my 3 points that I like for you to touch on, and then the guys are going to comment. Then we come back to you after you comment on those 3 points for us.
Okay. So the first thing I'll say is that all vaginas are not the same. And the reason I say that is because, especially when I'm working with men, they don't seem to understand why she's not enjoying sex the way the other people that he may have been with. But all vaginas are not equal. And just because it was pleasurable to whoever you were with before her, that doesn't mean that she enjoys the same thing. And number two about that, you said, when does the conversation need to take place? I think it takes place when you start dating, when you're trying to determine what kind of situation this thing is you guys are going to be. Is it just going to be a sexual relationship, or is it going to be something where you guys date with a purpose? Is it a situationship? You have to identify those things too, because if you don't identify them and you're not on the same page when it comes to sex, then you're gonna have a problem. So if you guys agree that this is, after we date a little bit and it's gonna move into a sexual relationship, then you need to talk about it then. Well, what kind of sex are we gonna have?
Mm-hmm.
What are some things that you like? What are some things that you don't like? And I think people need to be talking about sex before, during, and after.
Mm-hmm.
Before, during, and after.
Right.
And I say during because, sometimes you be getting in there thinking you really doing something, right? And that's not really satisfying to the other person. I've been with couples who haven't had sex in a year.
Wow.
For a whole year.
Oh,
I've worked with women a whole year. I've worked with one woman. They've been married for a while. She never had an orgasm, but never told him.
Right.
Right. So why are we not having these conversations around something that is so important in the relationship? And that's typically my question. And that's what we work through. A lot of times you mentioned about, I'm kind of moving around in your questions,
That's fine.
with why do women don't like to even have oral sex? Well, some of it is, I'll tell you what I've been told when I'm working with them is, one, I don't know how to do it. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Number three, I was told that is that's wrong. That could be something, that they were taught biblically or whatever. And then also, some say, oh gosh, that's nasty.
Right.
Well, what makes it nasty? Then I get real curious, like, what makes it nasty? Well, I don't like the smell. But did you tell them you don't like the smell? Well, no, I don't want to hurt his feelings. Like, so there's all these excuses of why they don't want to have oral sex, and that needs to be talked about because, but that's what people like.
Right.
That might be a preference for him. That can be a deal breaker for some people. Man, you ain't no, we can't. That's my thing. That's my jam, right?
Right.
Not only
Right.
do they not want to give it, but I meet a lot of women who don't like to receive it either.
Oh wow.
Okay. Okay.
They're like, that's you'll be surprised just when I'm working with folks how they're looking at it as being nasty. It's unsanitary. It's unclean. Don't let them not be circumcised. I know one woman that was her thing. He's not even circumcised. He's
Right.
not. That's not clean. But the thing about I tell guys too, sometimes there can be an odor. They're not with just not with the man, but the women too. One guy was telling me he does have an issue with how she smells, but nobody's talking about it. They're just refusing to do it because it has an odor, but they're not telling their partner, "Hey, it doesn't really smell good." Get them some products.
Right.
Get
Okay.
you some products. There are too many products out there for us to be walking around and not having pleasurable sex because of smells or the taste. And and if you do have a smell or an odor, especially women, because our vaginas naturally it cleanses itself, then that's another conversation. But for a man, when I'm working with them, and that's something that, can you talk to my woman about the smell? Like I get down there and I can't I can't stay,
Right.
right? And my question is, well, did you tell her? But no, I got down there and got right back up,
Right.
and
Right.
I just
Right.
told her, I'm just not in the mood today, or whatever, making up some excuse. But and sex toys, men, you're not competing against a vibrator. Now you might be competing against the rose, but not because the rose is taking a lot of folks down, right? I'm just saying.
Okay.
Um, but but the toys are there to like enhance.
Mhm.
Um, and you have to know how to use them. You have to know, even go shopping together. I tell folks, go shopping together.
Yeah.
And pick out some things. Start slow. Don't try to get the 12 and 16 inches.
What?
That's that just saying they look like they don't. Some look like they're
Right.
gonna,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, so
Hello
I just
there.
tell people to go and you know and go and go together and select some things that you two might work with, because vibrators are very interesting to use in the bedroom.
Right.
Get things that both of you can use, right? And then for another reason, when it comes to sex, one of the things that I've worked with quite a bit is men who are um, well endowed. There's some women who I've been working with. I worked with quite a few he's just too big.
Mhm.
And there's nothing he can do about that. You can't do anything about your size, but you can be gentle and you can use it in a way that it's slow. You got to have those conversations. Everything is going to center around talking. If you know you king dingling, she's not gonna, and she's telling you it hurts every time, or it doesn't feel good. Then you guys have to talk about that, and then you have to start going really slow. And then I talk to them about using some type of, y'all remember the Astroglide? I don't know if they make it anymore,
Yeah. I
but
know.
that
Those are
used to be a,
huge.
that used to be a big thing back in the day.
Okay.
But just kind of, there's certain things that can enhance, but there's also some things that can detract people from having good sex. And all of it is based on just talking about it, communicate about it.
Okay. Let me and I may say it wrong. Is it Adina?
Yes, it is, Adina. Yes.
Okay, Adina. So I'm gonna let
Hi,
you
Dana.
if you introduce yourself, and then I'm gonna catch you up on the 3 questions and let you comment, and then the guys are gonna be ready to comment. So you can go ahead with
Okay.
your introduction.
Okay, so thank you for letting me in. I had it down for an hour from now, so I was wrong. The time change stuff is really weird for me. My name is Adina Hope Bank, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker, substance abuse counselor, board expert in traumatic stress, and certified psychodramatist here in Oro Valley, Arizona. And my specialty area is sexual abuse and sexuality for women and men. So it's a great topic for me. Can you tell me the 3 questions?
Yes, and I definitely most will. So I asked Dr. Diane, at what point in the relationships does the sex conversation need to come up? Because, we all didn't read no book at first. We know we had an outie, she had an innie, and we wanted to put it off inside of her. And that's pretty much how that went. And we took that from that relationship on to the next relationship and stuff like that. So that's kind of how we knew how that worked. And then on the last one, the next one, was one of the men had mentioned before that sex toys in the bedroom is for people that can't fuck, and then was asking why women don't like to suck dick, and I said black women because I haven't dated outside my race, but we can go ahead and just ask you why some women don't like to suck dick. So those were the 3, and then you can comment, and then we're gonna go to our guys for comments.
Okay.
Start anywhere you like. Why you laughing?
Okay, you asked the question, so I'll answer. Okay,
Okay.
so when Diane, was it you who was speaking before? So Dr.
Yes,
Diane was speaking?
yes, it was.
Okay. The thing that kept coming up for me when you were talking, I mean, I love everything you were saying, is that we don't deal with the shame around this topic, and the shame that we all have about our bodies, which goes with smell and which goes with all of that. And women often don't even know about their bodies. And men don't know about women's genitalia because it's not outside. And if women don't know about their own, I'll just use the I, okay, because it's just easier. If I don't know about my own body, I can't tell you what feels good. I can't tell you where to put your finger or your tongue or your penis or anything like that. So I think for me, sex has to be talked about right away.
Yeah.
And can we educate ourselves about our own bodies? Can we decrease and get rid of the shame about that and celebrate that we want to express our love and our pleasure this way? So that's one piece, and I could go on, but I'm not going to do that. The other piece is because I deal so much with people who've been molested, adults who've been molested as children. When you say, how come women don't like to suck dick? When you say it like that, it's because a lot of them have been abused, and dick has been the power that has abused them and put women into a really bad victim place, one down, no power, forced to do things that they don't want to do, penetrated when they don't want to be penetrated, et cetera, et cetera. And I've worked with many male victims as well who had similar experience. So
Good point.
to talk about the power differential of this, and I'll just be personal for you, it's okay for me to say this. So this was one of the ways that I was assaulted, was having men stick their dick in my mouth all the way to my throat. So do you think that I was really interested in doing that? No.
Right.
Because what it brought up for me was the powerlessness, the helplessness, the victimization, and the rage that I felt was put in my mouth to my throat with the dick being shoved in it.
Mhm.
It wasn't about love. It wasn't about, I want to bring you pleasure. So unless it's going to be about, I want to bring you pleasure, I'm not interested. And so we have to talk about how the patriarchy and the abuse to both women and men affects both women and men and their sexuality, so that there's not a give and take. Okay, so I'll stop there. And then you had another question? I only answered 2. What was the other one?
The other one we talked about sex toys. Wasn't sure if you answered
They're
that.
for people who can't fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say to men, get over your egos. And I like what Dr. Diane said, is that you're not going to compete with a vibrator. Mm-hmm. And I've never used a vibrator because for me, it's too sensitive and it hurts too much. Mm-hmm. And I have been told that I'm a very unusual woman. Mm-hmm. And I was both with men and women. I was married for 10 years to a man, was with men in my adolescence, and then I've been with a woman since 2000.
Okay.
And I can tell you that there are no sex toys that are necessary because we know each other's bodies. We know how to please each other. Vibrator, if you call that a toy, I don't know. It's a vibrator's used. But get over your ego, find out what pleases your partner. And intercourse is not the only way to have sex. And most women don't orgasm from intercourse. So get over yourself and find out about her body and ask her what she needs and how, and if she needs to take time and she doesn't come right away, have patience. That's my answer.
All right, that's what's and Adina, I know that you're in a different time zone, so if you have to exit at any time,
No, I'm good.
Okay, all right.
I'm
just
fine.
wanna make sure that. And when you was mentioning about orgasm, I did have a note, and I don't really trust the numbers, but I just going to say this that because I wrote it down. It was saying that about 75% of women never reach an orgasm. Roughly 1 in 10 report they've never experienced an orgasm. You know, whether with a partner or with a toy, sex toy. So
Where'd you get the numbers from?
it was off of one of my searches, and I didn't keep that
Okay.
that
I don't have numbers, so I don't know. I just
that's
have
fine.
my clinical experience, you know,
That's
of women talking to me over 40 years.
yeah. And that's perfectly fine because I don't trust the numbers anyway. I just did a
Yeah.
research on that and said that. So
Yeah.
right now we're gonna hear from Beautiful Soul, and then I got an outline of the men that we're gonna go to. So Beautiful Soul, do your
Sounds good.
intro and let's have your comments on what's been said on the questions that I just asked.
Good evening, kings and queens. This is the one and only Beautiful Soul. Uh, I want to find. Can you ask me the question?
Well, we was talking about at what point should the sex conversation come up in the relationships, and then sex toys. One of the guys that said that they're for people that can't fuck, and then why some women don't like to suck dick. And I had said black women because I've only dated black women. I haven't dated outside my race. So those are three. I shortened them up just due to that. So those are the three. Hit on those, and then we're gonna go to our guys for comments.
Okay. Let me see. The first one, when it should be brought
You can
up.
go in any order. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. Well, when it should be brought up, once y'all know that y'all gonna be together and y'all don't, learned each other and shit like that, and you want to be down for this person, you ain't trying to fuck with nobody else or whatever like that, then that's the time to be like, hey, listen, we gonna do this. When we gonna do this? Set it up. Like for myself, the person I'm talking to, we've been, I don't want to say dating, but talking for almost 3 months and ain't been fucking. Now I'm not saying I haven't nutted. I am not saying that because I do play with toys.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's
I
just
see
make sure.
Jason.
Let's
I see
make
Jason.
sure. Let's
I'm
make
sorry,
sure we
man.
I'm
keep
not
it to those
but-
three right there, and then go ahead. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, we set a date because I'm filing divorce. Hey,
Okay.
so anywho, that's really good for me. Like I've been waiting since 2023, so I'm just really excited about that. But anywho,
All right.
That's great.
the dude I was with was terrible. He's a good dad, but he's not good to me. But
Okay.
anywho,
Okay. Yeah. Let's not get into that.
So
Let's keep it on what's we got going on.
I got you. Why women don't like to suck dick? Okay. I'm not saying all women don't like to suck dick because the women in the porn industry, maybe they don't like it, but they do it for the money or whatever like that. For myself, I used to did not like it, but if I know my man's gonna get pleased and he's gonna please me, I'm gonna suck the fuck out that dick and the
Okay.
balls too. So
Okay.
yeah, but indeed, twirl my tongue, all of the above. Anywho.
Okay.
And then the toys. I play with toys myself because, it's been a while since I've had the dick and I'm trying to behave myself to a certain extent. So, yeah, I play with the bullet. I have the rose and I got the rabbit. So not all at the same time, but if I want to nut, I got something to help me nut. I listen to my little music and things and I get in my zone. And I do the damn thing. So, Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. And I look like we lost Dr. Diane, so hopefully she come back. Tina, I hope you listening. Tina, you shorted me one. You shorted me one, but I'm glad that these two ladies are sticking with us for right now, guys. Okay, guys. So here's the order that I have that for the guys to communicate on, and then we'll see if the ladies have any comments after all of the guys go ahead and make a comment. So we're gonna
Okay.
start with 7, Rico. Chocolate Buddha is not here, so it'll be 7, Rico, Jason, and then Pokey. So 7. Oh, I'm sorry, Peter Piper. I forgot. Oh, shit, I'm so used to saying 7. I can't even see what that say. But anyway, come on, 7. What's your comments on anything that's been said thus far by the ladies?
First thing is, I don't really mind sex toys. They gonna do half the work, so it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even lazy, but if I get to sit there and watch her enjoy herself, I'm with it. Cause I'm more so of a people pleaser myself. But on the lines of a lot of what these women have been saying, you definitely can hear how a lot of them are selfish. A lot of this shit sounds very selfish when it comes to what they talking about, because everything ain't necessarily about pleasing a woman. I'm all down for pleasing my partner. That's cool, but it ain't always about her. The fact that a person can tell you they don't want to suck your dick because it's too big, that's crazy. The fact that somebody want to tell you they don't want to suck your dick because it stink, that's a little bit more understandable. But pussy don't necessarily smell great. A lot of niggas suck that shit up if they gonna eat that shit. Or you deal with a hoe who knows how to bring a warm, wet towel to the party. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people understand how to get around things when they not trying to fake that polite shit. Now, I don't know what type of soft individual people are used to dealing with, but most of the people that I know, they talk about fucking straight up front. Motherfuckers don't wait to talk to about no sex. Nigga, we talking about fucking in the dough. Matter of fact, that's gonna be one of the leading things we talking about when we talking about getting to know each other. And then when we having sex, a motherfucker gonna talk. A motherfucker gonna say something. A woman gonna talk, or she gonna make some noises or do something to let you know that she not pleased. So you won't have to adjust yourself. But the crazy thing is, I never understood it when women be like, "Well, I don't suck dick good, so I don't really know if he like it or not." And the thing is, a man is straightforward. So if you sucking my dick and it's not good, if my dick go down, it's telling you something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that hard to see with a man. With a woman, it's a little different. Because if I'm eating that motherfucker and I'm using spit, I ain't gonna know if you getting wet or if I'm getting you wet, unless I really know your juices and how the texture. You know what I'm saying? But when a woman giving me head, if it ain't good, my shit gonna go down. Bitch, you just gonna be sucking on some balls if that's the case. That's just how that go. People need to learn how to communicate better with each other, but I don't really see people being shy because we live in a day and age now where people are very straightforward. It sounds like a lot of these women, when they're dealing with these so-called clients, patients, they dealing with some real pussy ass motherfuckers, man. For real. Because I ain't never met no woman that would tell me she not pleased, right? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard no dude talk about no encounter with a woman when he be like, man, that bitch, she ain't know how to do something. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of women really don't know how to have sex. They just lay there and take it. You only get you a few handful of women that know actually what they're doing. So when you come across those women, I'm going to use a vibrator because I'm probably going to nut fast.
Okay. So let's go to Rico. Any comments on anything the ladies didn't say it?
Yes. First, I want to ask Miss Adina something before I get into answering your questions. You said that you don't use toys. So are you saying you've been with a woman since 2000? So you saying you haven't been penetrated like since 2000?
No, it's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Okay. Enough said. If you don't want to elaborate on it, because like
There are fingers. There are fingers.
Oh, well, I mean, I understood with the finger, but I mean, like with a dildo or a penis.
No, I'm not interested.
You don't into those.
I'm not interested.
Okay.
I did it once
Okay,
and it was extremely distressing to me because it felt really fake and very, very uncomfortable.
Okay. Let's try to
okay, well,
stay,
to go.
Oh, go ahead, Rico.
Go, Rico.
No, go ahead. What was you?
No, go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
done. I'm done.
Oh, that was it. I just wanted to ask her that question. Now I'll move on to your questions. As for and Dr. Diane literally said what I had wrote down for what I wanted to talk about. It was the communication part about it. Before, during, and after, literally exactly what I wrote down. Before sex, the way I was, if we go on a date a few times, we've been dating a little while, I like to say, hey, you know, what do you like during sex? I'm gonna tell you what I like. And I even begin by saying what I like because for a lot of people, it's taboo to talk about it and people, it's uncomfortable. I believe that when you talk about it, you say when to talk, when you talk about it before, this way you don't have that awkward first time having sex, trying to find each other erogenous zones and things like that. And also during sex, like, okay, for a woman, I think a lot of women, where they fail themselves at in sex is they're afraid to hurt that man or that man's feelings or his ego. And then they don't tell him. Enduring, you can say, hey, don't stop, do this, keep doing that, you know. And even after, you know, do an after actions review. Like, what can I improve on? What can I do better? This way, the next time that we do it, it's more pleasurable for both of us.
Okay.
Also, it was you said the toys. The toys, now it's an enhancer for me. I love playing with toys for the women because Peter Panderer said, shoot, I love to sit there and watch a woman use toys on herself or two women use toys on themselves, you know. So in the whole sucking, giving head and all of that stuff, the only women I've met that didn't like to do it or wasn't okay with it were women that were really into church and they didn't think that it was clean or holy and they only wanted to have sex missionary style. So I haven't came across a lot of women who didn't like to do it. So for me, I'm good with the toys. I don't mind. It ain't that I can't have sex. It's just it enhances. Like if we're having intercourse and you put that bullet or that rose on that clitoris while you're doing it, it's going to increase your orgasm. So I literally, when I would deal with women, I used to have people used to see me carrying this red and black snapper toolbox and they thought it was tools. No, it was a whole sex kit that I had back in the day.
Tools, all right.
Yeah, it was tools. I carried it everywhere I went. I had all kinds of new bullets and toys in there. And then, you know, look, it's a good thing. So for anybody that don't, or any man who think you shouldn't use toys, man, you crazy. It helps you out. And you don't have to leave your lady when you do. A lot of men, like I see 3, 2, 1, boom said, men don't have sex longer than 5 minutes. Hey, then you don't have to leave your woman horny and she finished by herself. So get over yourself, men, and use the toys. It will help you out. You would not believe it.
All righty. And before Jason go, Mr. Dina, I don't know if you can see the comments. Look like you may be on your phone, but there.
I am on my phone. Yeah.
So there's comments in the chat, and there's a way you can see them, but I'm not sure how. But because I don't read all the comments, because sometimes it gets to be quite a few of them. But if anybody knows how she can see the comments,
I see them. I see them.
Okay, so you can see the comments. So if you get a chance to address any of them, you can or whatever.
Okay.
So we're gonna have Jason, then Pokey, and then I'm gonna say something. So Jason, is there anything that you would like to address on what's been said thus far?
It's been some good points. I won't belabor the subject. I'll say real brief. When I choose to communicate about sex, is adjusted based on what type of relationship I'm attempting to have with the person. If it's a sexual relationship almost exclusively, then I want to talk about everything up front right away because we don't need to waste each other's time. But if I am trying to build something with you emotionally, then what's more important to me is who you are as a person and those type of conversations. Maybe date 2, date 3 before we get into anything sexual, which may divert my attention. But so it depends with me. I'll leave it at that and keep it short. The sex toy situation, I'm not intimidated by the sex toys. I'm cool with it. As long as I get what I need and I'm pleasured, whatever you do is what you do. If you need my assistance, I can assist in that. Some people have long distance relationships and they have his and hers toys and they are interactive and they link together, and what you feel might be what she's doing and what she feels might be what you're doing. So I'm not opposed to it, because it's another way to keep people connected in that level of intimacy that happens to be physical when you can't be physical technically. So I'm not opposed to it. And the oral sex conversation, I mean, I guess my experience is, of course, anecdotal, but it's a little different than everybody else's or some of the other guys that have spoken. I've only one occasion that I remember had a person state that that's not something they were into. I've just not had that issue for myself. So I don't know. I don't think, depending on what the nature of that relationship was supposed to be or develop into, maybe that's a deal breaker for me, like Miss Dina was saying. And maybe it's not. It just depends on what my aim is with that person. If my aim is to be with that person long term and on something emotional, then we don't have to talk about it and be physical. Be verbal and communicate about what that looks like for both of us, because I can understand why or why not a person would or would not choose to do something based on their past experiences, whether it be traumatic or good experience. But it definitely would require a conversation. And maybe I'm not, I'm one of these people I'm not opposed to walking away and saying, I respect your choices, but I'm not going to be able to deal with that because I need or want this thing in my life. And I'm able to make that conscious decision to walk away. And that's where a lot of people get in trouble, is now you spend 6 weeks learning to know somebody before you talk about sex. And then you talk about sex and realize that they do or do not do something that's a deal breaker for you, So it's very important to communicate what it is you want. Me in particular, I have a particular item that is a part of my life sexually that I make it a point to talk about sex pretty quickly, because I don't want to waste your time and I don't want you to waste mine. And mine is very particular. And so I need to talk about it pretty soon without being vulgar, because you should be at least intelligent enough to have that conversation with me. And if you can't without feeling like it's too soon or too early, then we're probably not meant for each other anyway.
Gotcha. And I see you wear your cowboy hat, so you ain't putting no spurs and shit like that on nobody, nothing like that.
All of that, rope and poke 'em, all of that.
All righty. Okay, ladies. So before the ladies come in, we got two more guys to go poke, and then myself. But at this time, let me thank all of our viewers out there for watching. Y'all can comment, post the comments on the screen. So if you're watching from Facebook, I really appreciate it. You click the link in their description and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free. So with that being said, let's hear from Poke, and then I got a couple of comments and we'll see what the ladies got. You muted, Poke. You muted.
All right, can you hear me
We
now?
can't hear you.
Got you.
There
We
he
got you. We got you.
There go Barry White. There go Barry White.
Yeah, finally my turn. First off, I want to give a couple of shout outs to people I see in the comments. PM, should have been here for sure. It would have been a lot more fun. Dr. Tina, appreciate you. You probably should have been on here, but I understand you have your image you want to upkeep and whatnot. Creed, I'd love to have been able to stand to your ass tonight. But thank you for being in the comments. And Two Flowers and lovely lady, and thank you also for being in the comments. Appreciate you being here. Now, the good doctor left. She said something that I immediately wanted to jump on.
Yeah, I know.
The
I already know
can't
what it
compete
was.
part. The can't compete. The fuck out of here. Yeah, first, let me say that. Fuck out of here. And the number one reason why I say that is because can't no dildo talk you into orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Let me say that first and foremost. And I mean that literally. Like the mouthpiece talking. Like it can't no toy do that for you. Can't no scent, no plastic or rubber scent make you get wet. Ain't no woman ever smelled a Ziploc bag and be like, ooh, I'm horny. You dig what I'm saying? All right, but you smell my cologne, you start thinking about the last time I reamed your ass. You dig?
Damn. Okay.
So that's I hate that she wasn't on here for that part, but
Yeah,
I really wanted to get in that. Like, get the fuck out of here. Can't compete with a motherfucking toy and inanimate object. I'll be John Brown. You'll feel my soul. You'll feel my energy. Ain't no energy coming from a motherfucking Duracell battery.
Damn.
Okay? That's first and foremost. I wanted to get on that real quick.
Yeah, she had to jump out. I don't know why she.
I know. I know
Yeah.
that she made it clear, but that
Yeah.
I just want to say that first and foremost. Like, it can't compete. Fuck out of here. And ain't an inanimate object in this world got shit on me. Now, as far as toys go, I'm not a fan of anything but vibrating cock rings. That's it. Like,
Right.
I think that's about as much as you need, in the bedroom. You get the vibrating cock ring. Yeah, like that. That I cannot tremble long enough as that battery. You know what I mean? Like I outside of that, I think that's about all. That's about all you need. You
Right.
get that vibrating cock ring. All you got to do is set yourself in there and stay hard at the right spot, and magic is gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there was a couple other things. Let me see. That you brought up that statistic, because we've talked about that before. Like, and it's varied, 10%, 30%.
Yeah.
so on, whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've always questioned, like, because let's take it serious. Whatever the number is, let's take it serious. How do you not know how to make yourself come? How do you not know how many fingers is the right spot, or where your own G spot is? Why do we always have to be? And don't get me wrong, it's an ego boost when you do it yourself for a woman for the first time, when she say, "What you doing to me?" Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like that is a big old ego boost when you hear that. What you doing to me? Oh my God, I'm scared. Like, when you hear shit like that, yeah, like that's a big old ego boost. But I've always questioned, how do you not know your own body when it comes to that? And nobody has to answer that. That's just kind of a rhetorical thing. And then that sex is definitely a learning curve. I will say that there's a big old learning curve when it comes to sex, especially like if you're in my age group. You know, the first thing you learned about sex, you was watching your Brian Pumpers of the world and whatnot. So it's very straightforward, very I don't want to say primal looking, but it looks like your job the whole time is to go in on some Pound Town type. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? Like when you're watching the stars of the corn world, because that's really what it was before the internet and all that. When you went and bought the DVDs or the VCRs that had 6 hours worth of film on it, what you saw was the more sweat, pound, beat it up, beat it left, beat it right, beat it down type stuff. So yeah, there's definitely a learning curve to sex, and that's where, to me, talking comes in at. But
Okay.
and then there was one more thing. Oh yeah, the coddling, like Seven kind of touched on it, but I'm not circumcised. I got a problem with being a eater. I got a problem with not being able to know myself. Like, because I grew up where the hotlines were things and stuff like that. Talking about sex was a very upfront, very forward thing. Like, it's been a whole bunch of times where I wouldn't even know what the person has looked like, but we done talked about orgasming. You dig what I'm saying? Like, the hotline was a thing. Like, you talk your game up before you even met the woman a whole lot of times, and the number one interest was, I'm getting you over here so I can fuck. So we talking about fucking.
Right.
So and I'm not talking about from like building a relationship thing, because that kind of comes at everybody's own pace. So that's a little different to me. But especially like that first introduction, when you in the club, when you at the lounge, when you at the ball game, you see something that you're trying to cut onto, you kind of get straight to the point where I'm from.
Right.
Yeah, like you want to be crass, but sometimes, especially when it's face to face, you just go ahead and lay it out there, just like how it's gonna be.
Right.
Yeah, like, I got three good times for you. You want two? or you want the full 3? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's so
Right.
It's a little, and again, personal experience. It's a little. I don't know nothing about not talking about fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Like you either let your reputation precede you, or you're gonna put your reputation on the line, and you're gonna do that pretty quickly. Where I come from.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Dina, I apologize to you, but the women dropping off, and you over here with all these guys. And matter of fact, you over here with all these black guys. You know, so
I'm the white
yeah,
Long Island Jewish bisexual woman with all the black men. Okay,
yeah.
Well,
what
then.
can I tell you? It's
So-
okay.
Hey, that's a hell of a porn title.
That's my porn name.
So I hate it because I mean they all told me they were coming. But anyway, let me get to my comments and then we'll see what you have.
Okay.
I like when you said, and I never thought about it, when you talked about a woman sucking dick and your own person, a guy shoving a dick down your throat. I never thought about that as far as some women probably thinking about that or whatever, and may have been molested, may have been this, may have been that. I don't know, but that was a point that you made, and that's just something I didn't think about probably as a man because I ain't never done no shit like that. So probably that's why that didn't cross my mind or anything like that. And we talked. Well, to go back to when Pokey was saying porn. I didn't start watching that shit till way late, so I was damn near grown. So I never watched any porn as a teenager. I just knew that I had a dick that was out, and she had a hole right there, and I just wanted to put that motherfucker in there. So I just figured out how it go, and I think that some kids figure that shit out too, even before they even watching porn at a young age. They didn't probably. Go ahead, Jason.
No, I'm not trying to cut you off. You can finish. I just was thinking about something. Go ahead.
Okay. And, so I mean, at a young age, and they kind of wind up having to do that. But that just kind of just like say just my little thoughts right there on that, because I waited late, and that was something that I did ask my lady. Hey, do you like watching porn? What? Because I look at it as porn as a jump starter, the same way I look at sex toys. I ain't got to be eating a lot of pussy. I ain't got to be kissing and sucking on a whole lot of nothing. I can just go on to, if she's familiar with that toy or used to that toy, then I figure my way around it because as Dr. Diane said earlier, every pussy is different. It just may start with a P or start with a V, vagina, or whatever, but all of them different. Some of them got men in the boat that hang down like a 3-inch dick, something like that. So, you just kind of learn as you go with the woman or whatever, something like that. So my point is, I don't have sex toys. I had a lady on the podcast before. She said sex toys and just watch the men should watch the woman please herself, but Adina don't even care for him. So a man can't watch her please herself because she don't know, and that way a man would know, hey, she like it on the left side, she like it on the right side, she like it on the man in the boat. It's too sensitive, it's got too much power, and you kind of, my point on all that is you can't take what you did in that first fuck relationship or whatever it was to this next one because you started out fucking, most of us. You didn't start out making love with feelings. You probably just started out wanting some pussy. But that's just my thought. I don't know. And as far as just to touch on Dina again when saying about the man rubbing the dick down the throat, and then some of them, I think Diane was saying that some of the women don't know how. Well, every man don't know how to eat pussy, even though they think they do. But then again, some women don't even know what it's supposed to feel like when he down there or know what she likes. So my point on all that is saying, shit, you got to teach one another. And then the last thing I say before we go to, I got to go to Adina next, and then we'll work our way around the room to the guys, is that the conversation about, Jason did say first, the conversation about having that conversation with the woman while you out. I ain't had that fucking conversation. We were grown at a grown age, even at a young age. I can't remember that shit. Cause like I said, mine was out, hers was in. We just wanted to put the motherfuckers together. So I didn't have that conversation at no point in time until later being with someone or being with them. Then I was trying to find out hey, shit, well, shit, I've been doing this shit, and you don't seem like you like it. Shit, do I need to put 4 fingers in that motherfucker and a thumb? Or what? So, but then you kind of start asking her to what she liked and wind up pleasing her. But that's just my little rant. Y'all know I'm not long. I need to hear from the ladies, which we're gonna go with Adina and then
Because
Beautiful
I'm the
Soul.
only lady.
Oh yeah, Beautiful Soul. Yeah, shit,
Right.
yeah, sure did. I'm sorry
Right.
about that. Yeah. So we're gonna hear your comments on anything that's been said. After that, I got Jason and then
Okay.
Rico. So you got anything that's been said?
Well, I'm sitting and listening, and I'm realizing several things. One
Okay.
is I'm a lot older than all of you, and so there's a lot of terminology you're using that I don't even know what you're talking about. So it's one thing. The other is I'm white, New York. I'm New York white, so that's another reason I don't understand some of what you're saying.
Right.
And I have my own accent, so it's just very interesting. I think. And it's interesting to hear men talk, it's interesting. It's interesting. So anyway, um, there's just a real difference in being with a woman because women are literally wired for relationship, neurologically wired for relationship. And guys are wired to solve problems and come. So women can talk a little bit better about about sex than my experience and both professionally and personally. And at the same time, I just want to say again, the thing that comes up, and I know I have a bias in population because I see the people who are having difficulties with things. Okay. It's not the general public, but the
Right.
people who have difficulty with things. And I've been working 40 years and I've seen many thousands of people. And the difficulty they have is that there's shame about all of this. So shame means I keep secrets. It's not okay for me to explore my body. It's not okay for me to talk about it. It's not okay for me to learn about it. I was just supposed to somehow watch the movie in 5th grade and about getting my period and know about my body. No. So if when somebody asks, how could you not know how you come and how could you not know about your body? That's how people don't know. And then you have the religiosity that gets in there, which really just triples the shame. So I just want to make the point about shame for both genders and all spectrum of the whole continuum of just human beings at this point. Because we know that we're not just binary. We're not just women and men.
Right.
We have a whole continuum. And if my hope, and it's the reason why I do the work that I do, is so that I can make it safe enough. And that's the piece. Can it be safe enough inside of me and with you, whether it's my partner, a group, whatever, to be able to have this conversation? And that's the thing I'm hearing as common from everyone is we need to talk about this stuff. And we cannot, from my perspective, we cannot expect people to just talk about it. We have to say there's shame here. People are scared to talk about it. They've been shamed about it. You're going to go blind if you masturbate. I mean, there's so much crap out there. So that's it.
Okay.
And I think we have our ladies back.
Yeah, I saw that too. And I'm definitely glad to have the ladies back. Adina, I'm sure you can understand what I'm saying because I'm talking about dick and pussy. So, and that's in any language, in any.
Yes, I totally get that.
Okay, sure. So I know you can get that. So I'm perfectly clear on that. So, Dr. Diane, you have been gone. So if you like, I can let the two guys that's next, or you want to kind of come in because right now we're in the open discussion here, but we still talking about sex. You muted.
Muted. Let the guys go, and I'll jump in.
Okay. All right. Cool. So
I'll
right
take my
now,
turn.
okay. So my order I got is Jason, and then Rico, 7 and Pope. So Jason, and I'll say that again, but right now, Jason, because you went through a point or when I was saying something. So what's up?
So I wanted to address what my brother Polk said when he said, "How do you, as a woman, how do you not know your body?" And Polk and I agree on a lot of things, but I understand when women don't understand about their body. And of course, we have our lived experience to go off of, which I mention often, because it plays so much of a part in how we live versus how we speak about certain things. For me, I have an older brother who's 2 years older, and I have a younger brother who's 2 years younger. My mother went out of her way when we were growing up to hide the whole process of a female cycle monthly, right? We didn't share the same bathroom. We didn't discuss it. There was nothing to talk about. She kept that private. She was a lady, and we didn't ask, and we didn't go in her room and in her bathroom and see or encounter anything, or there was no conversation or speech surrounding this part of her normal and regular life, or the life of any woman, right? So that when I saw the movie, like Adina was speaking about, when I saw the movie in 6th grade about what happens monthly to a girl, listen, this blew my mind. To this day, I'm 47 years old. To this day, I'm very uncomfortable with the woman's monthly cycle. Adina mentioning that she is Jewish, and I don't know if it's by culture or religion alone, but I'm sure she'll be familiar with the process of a mikveh, and what a Jewish woman goes through is they have to physically separate themselves from their husband every month when this is happening. Understand that I'm perfectly okay with this. I understand what it does to women and how unfair it is, but my familiarity and my comfort zone, whereas I've had friends of mine who had sisters that they grew up with, and they had mothers who would teach them about these things, and they can openly talk about that with their spouse or one of their partners, sexual partners. I can't. I literally need a woman to just kind of let me know that now's not the time. I'll even go this far. There was a time in my life when a woman who was very sensitive to what I'm saying right now would put on a red lifeguard shirt with the red X. And so when I would come in from work, I would see this shirt and go, oh, I know it's no sex tonight because it's not okay. And we never spoke about it. That was the agreement, right? So when I heard him say, how could you not know? I'm like, listen, I didn't know as a male. I didn't know, the things that women were experiencing. Once I did, get older and have to encounter these things with women that I was dating. Oh, it was I have 3 or 4 traumatic stories because we didn't discuss it, and then something happens and I'm just like mortified, and it's not something I'm okay with. The other thing is, Miss Adina said that, and I understand the context for which she said it, but she said that women are programmed for relationships and men are programmed to come. And I'm saying that, unfortunately, for most women that would choose me, let me say it that way, I'm a very, very, very demisexual person. Like, I can see you and physically say, she's just the finest thing I ever seen in my life. That does not mean I want to have sex with you. I don't. But if you open your mouth and talk to me about the last book you read or whatever, that coupled with you physically, I'm attracted now. And now I'm sexually attracted to you, and I want to have sex with you because I'm very impressed with what's in your brain versus just your body. And so there's been times that I've had women offer me sex, and I said, no, thank you. I'm good. Like, I don't want nothing to do. And it wasn't because physically I was unattracted. You just didn't do anything else for me. And so maybe my wiring is a little askew, but it definitely matters to me what's in your brain versus just having sex. And on the same token, and we're talking to a couple of women that are very intelligent on the subject, even in my relationships, if we're having a bad day, we're not talking, we're arguing or something, I can't just have sex. I'm not interested. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not angry and being malicious. I'm just unable to perform until we fix this, and I'm now connected with you again. And I know and understand that that's abnormal for most men. Most men say you get it how you get it, right? But I'm absolutely not that person. Like, you have to impress me mentally, and if we've agreed to be in a relationship together, whatever that looks like, I need to be impressed by you emotionally, or I can't physically perform.
Gotcha.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I just remember when I was on last time, And I said that one of the things that means a lot to me is for someone to give me multiple eargasms,
Mhm.
right? Because, and when you said your statement about the book, and you know, that's very true, and that's not something that is uh one of the men that I've worked with. That's something that they're interested in too. I think we as women, for some reason, we put you guys in this box. We stereotype you and say that all they want is sex.
Mhm.
All they want is sex. All they, but that's all you started with.
Yeah,
That's what you brought to the table.
right.
Right.
That's what you thought was going to, it brought him in, but it didn't keep him home, right? So you have to come to the table with more than just your body. Do you know what's going on in the world? Can you, yeah, what book are you reading?
Mhm.
You
Right.
know, when I'm working with couples, I have them read books together.
Yeah.
Um, you know, to me, that's sexy.
Right.
To me, if that's the way, if you want to get to my goods, you gotta have at least be able to have a conversation, deep conversations. And so I appreciate the fact that you recognize what is important to you as a man, and it's very out of the box, because you know that's the stereotypical, um what the stereotype is that you guys are always interested in one thing.
Right.
But if I give him this, you know, in my puna, your cookie is no different really than the other cookies in the cookie jar.
Correct.
You might have a few sprinkles on yours. It might be a coconut flavor. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's still a cookie, right? And you have access to many cookies. What makes your cookie different than the other ones in the jar? And that's when I'm
Right.
working with women and talking about not using your body. That access should be earned. It
Absolutely.
should not be freely given. But
Gotcha. And
go ahead.
I, I was just want to say I like oatmeal cookies too.
You like-
But anyway,
But you're gonna get tired, don't you? Are you gonna? Can you? Won't you get tired of the same oatmeal cookie? Like,
Yep.
but no, I don't.
I
I mean, what the same oatmeal cookie I have had? Yeah, you know what? I tell you what, I have had the hard oatmeal. I had the soft oatmeal, but they still all had the same flavor, meaning that it's still a pussy. It's just a different
and you might
cookie.
can use
So
yours and twirl it up
yeah,
and
but
twist it around and whatever you do with
yeah,
yours. But at the end of the day, that is not going to sustain this relationship. It's just you have to come with something else. I think we talked about things on the table, like what do you bring to the table, which is not one of my favorite questions that people ask,
right,
because I think I said one woman said, I am the table. Well,
yeah,
no.
you did,
You know, if you
yeah,
what do you bring to the table? You look and see what he doesn't have on the table, and that's what you bring, right? If he has access to sex with multiple people, what else are you coming with that is different from those other women?
okay. So let's the order right now, y'all. The way we're standing right now is it is Rico 7 and then Pope and then me. So Rico,
hey
any comments on anything that's been said
oh
or whatever?
most definitely. Um
We open discussion too, so just whatever, you know.
yeah, I can't remember who it was who said it, but someone spoke about knowing their body. I think that's good. That's very important for men and women, especially the women. Believe it or not, I over the years dealt with women who don't. They think that they pee out of their cootie hole. They don't even know their own body. Like so, like seriously, I've came across grown women that they believe this that they don't know their body. So I believe that experimentation is good, especially when it comes to women. If you don't know what pleases you, how can you expect the man to know how to please you? And vice versa for the men. You know, I'm not saying you gotta go and stick a finger up your butt or nothing, but hey, you could pinch your nipple. I don't know, do anything because you know we don't have much to experiment on. But I'm gonna move on when something Pokey said earlier. Confidence is a good thing. It is a great thing. But I tell you what, confidence is key when it comes to a man, because we and what Wizzo said, hey, we want to put it in and all that. And when we're young, we want to go to his Pound Town. You could think you going to Pound Town, but at the same time, she's not getting anything out of it. So
Nothing.
because all you're trying to do is just blow her back out, and it takes more than that to stimulate a woman. But I would say that for a lot of this is for young men. Like, you have to get over your ego. And because Cree said something earlier about, she said something to a man before, and he wasn't in the comments, and he wasn't the same. Just because, for the young men out there, just because a woman tells you something she needs during sex that you're not doing doesn't mean she's saying you're doing a bad job. She's just saying that she needs more in order to get her there. So
it might, but
women,
so what, right? Like, it might mean he's doing a bad job, but adjust. Because if I say something to a woman, adjust. I'm not trying to break you down. Like, I'm in your corner. But if I don't like what you do or the way that you do it, I'm going to say something. And I feel like a lot of women will too. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, and that's true. But see, you said a lot of women will, but I've spoken with women over the years, and a lot of women want, because they love that man or they like that man. And for the very reason that Cree said, they don't want to, their ego is fragile. Our ego as men is huge, but at the same time, it's fragile. And I just say, for young men or any men out there, just listen to the woman. And if you know she cares about your shoe, it's just going to entice and make y'all sex life better when she tells you that you're not doing something correctly.
But like, are we soliciting that as men? Like, are we soliciting that information? Are we saying, like, are we doing a debrief? Are we doing, I'm finna get myself away. I call it aftercare, right? After we have sex or after we encounter one another physically, are we saying as men, are you saying, hey, what can I do better? What did you like this? Did you not like that? If you couldn't see from her body, the responses of her body didn't tell you that she did or did not like something, right? Like, that conversation needs to happen. Are we soliciting that as men after the fact?
Yeah, yes, I said that earlier. Let me finish, please. I said that earlier, Jason. I said communication before, during, and after. The after actions review, which is an Army term. And afterwards, like, what can I do to improve? What did I do good? What I didn't do good? That's from both sides, because again, I believe it all goes back to communication, whether it's about sex in a relationship, how to make our relationship better. What they say, the old quote, cliche saying, communication rule the nation. So to me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Let me do this, guys. I hate to cut y'all right here short. I got, but I need to see, because Adina had time, but then she said she wasn't expecting no more than an hour. I wanted her to get some comments or something before she left, but I need to ask Dr. Diane, what do you have, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Because us guys are not going to be sitting here talking about dick and pussy together. So I'm trying to see how much time
I'm still at work, so I have about 15 more minutes. I'm sorry.
So about to be cut short. Yeah, that's okay. Because us guys are not going to be talking about. I have a question
I want to ask her when you get a chance, Wizzo.
Yeah, but I need to go to 7 and then poke, and she's fixing to have to leave in about 15 minutes. So this podcast didn't go like I thought it was supposed to go, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. So let me see, 7 and then poke. Peter Piper, partner, or whatever that's. Pandora. I can't see it. Shit.
So
am I the only lady left on here?
Damn, she left again.
No, Beautiful Soul's still on there.
No, Beautiful Soul's still there.
Soul, I don't.
She at the bottom.
She just went.
All right.
She just off camera right now.
Don't leave me, girl. Don't leave me.
We're gonna leave here in a minute, though. It's gonna be cut short. I was expecting big things, but go ahead, 7 and then poke it, and then we're gonna get ready to shit.
Y'all sure y'all ready?
Peter.
We're ready.
Yeah.
All right. So all I'm hearing on here for real is motherfuckers are stupid and they selfish. Because if you're making love to someone or even just having regular intercourse, it shouldn't matter what you like doing for real if you're all about pleasing your partner. That's the most important thing on both sides, man or woman. It's about pleasing your partner, man. You're gonna get, most men is gonna get gratification, period, though. For honestly, I mean, shit, I don't know too many dudes who gonna be fucking around with a woman that he not really attracted to. Men and women are attracted to each other in a completely different way. Yeah, women do like that physical shit, but they're more mental. And that to me by itself is fucking dumb. Cause I don't even give no fuck about none of that other that talking shit. If I find you attractive, I'm a hit. I don't really gotta hear you say too much of anything. That talking shit is nice though. Like what Jason said about if they not talking, he ain't gonna be in it. I respect that. I'm still gonna fuck Shorty though. You know what I'm saying? Not, hey, listen, I'm not gonna talk to her afterwards. I hit and the motherfucker go in another room. I don't care. Every part of a relationship ain't gonna be up all the time, man. People got to be comfortable with that. Also, people are not comfortable with being critiqued because everybody sees being critiqued in a very bad way, and it doesn't have to be. A person can tell you to do something and it's just positive. Like the brother said, just because she didn't told you to do something she liked don't mean you're doing something wrong. And a lot of people have to get that through their mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that a lot of people are selfish in so many ways. They don't even want to dive outside of some shit. Then when it comes to people not really knowing their body, it's kind of like, damn, nigga, you wasn't playing with yourself when you was young or something? Like, damn, man, everybody don't got to teach you about everything. Shit, didn't nobody teach me how to jag off? Shit, one day I just felt that shit and went for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I be hearing white dudes talk about something, man. I used to jack off with my friends in the group as a kid. I ain't never heard that shit from no black people. White people do some outrageous shit. They be talking about they didn't jack off with their friends. You niggas, you're gay. That's gay. I don't even want to see no other dude dick. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to know that you jagging off in a room on the other side of the curtain, nigga. I don't want to know none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just that a lot of people are very sensitive when it comes to intimacy, and it's like, what's the big deal? I don't get it. Why not talk? I think a lot of people just take things so offensively. They just want to be offended by every little thing these days, man.
I love that.
That shit, in it's simple. It's kind of like you should be alone. What? You love it?
No, I love what you're saying. Keep going. Sorry, I interjected.
Yeah, I just
It was
don't get
good,
it.
guys.
And it's kind of beyond intimacy if you really think about it, because we live in a day and age where everything is just triggering motherfuckers. Motherfuckers get triggered by any goddamn thing. So when you're looking at intimacy, people don't like what they think a motherfucker is judging them on, and you don't even have to be judging them on anything. So if people would just be in that mind frame to be selfless and be about their partner, if everybody thought about being about their partner, everybody's going to be point blank.
Okay. Let me but Poke, before you go, Dr. Diane, before Poke go, how much time you have left?
For me,
Yes.
oh, I'm still good.
Okay, we're gonna let Poke
I'm
go.
still at work. I'm gonna talk till I can't, until I can't. So I'll let you know.
Okay. And you was liking what Seven was saying, so I guess you got an ear go. No, let me quit.
I didn't get an orgasm, but he made some really good
Come on with
points
it.
about people being not liking to be critiqued. Like that is the most, when you're, especially if you're in a relationship, why wouldn't you want to know how your partner is experiencing you in the bedroom? Like that's nothing but ego. That's literally all it is ego. Um, and so, but yeah, I was just thinking how um, people don't like to be critiqued. But I'm sorry, is it my turn? Because I'm just
No,
talking.
it was Pokey turn, but go ahead.
Okay, I'll just say this one thing then, Pokey. One thing that is really real with men, the ones that I've worked with, is performance anxiety. I don't know if y'all talked about that yet. That is huge when I'm working with men who they are misdiagnosing themselves as having erectile dysfunction. And once we start digging deeper into the issues, it's literally performance anxiety because you put so much pressure on performance rather than being in the moment. And I really enjoy working. I enjoy working with men who are open to learning how to move past the performance anxiety and give them the tools to do so that they can, have a sexually healthy relationship. But performance anxiety, it's really just all in your head. And I'm talking about the head at the top.
Okay.
Wizzo,
Good. But you
Wizzo,
said that shit because I
Wizzo.
was
We
shit.
know, we know.
I ain't know. Okay.
Yeah, I knew.
All right. Good. Good. Okay. Poke, and then we're gonna see what PM got to say for coming over there. Poke, briefly. So I haven't forgot about you yet. So just trying to work the rotation. Poke, come on with it
Man,
because Dr.
shit,
Diane don't have much longer.
for sure. So, a couple of things. Seven kind of touched on what I wanted to get to first, which was, and the doctor left. I wanted to. How are you not safe by yourself? Like when we're talking about let me say, when I was talking about exploring your body, I'm assuming that you're an adult, an adult who has their own home or at least has their own room and some quiet time. We all done got horny during alone time and quiet time and touched ourselves. What I'm amazed about and still haven't been able to wrap my head around is how someone can claim that they're 35 years old and has never had an orgasm that they brought to themselves. Like I'm still having trouble even imagining that being sincere. And again, I'm talking about it. I ain't gonna say good faith, but safe in your own spot, at your own house, in your own room. Like, I don't know, you remember the 40-year-old virgin when he cut the candles on, he put the music on, he had the mood lights going and shit like that. You remember that movie, the 40-year-old virgin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga,
I'm
just
saying,
lock
like,
the
if
door,
that's what you
nigga.
have to do, get yourself in the goddamn mood. If you an adult, you can't do that shit. Where you can find out where all I need is my pinky finger, 4 inches deep or what the fuck ever. Like I'm still having a hard time wrapping my mind around that. Like you being an adult and not having your own quote unquote safe space to explore your body. Like it still like I don't get like what are we talking about if you're an adult? Like I get it if you're a child and you grew up kind of poor and you and your 7 siblings was all in on 2 bunk beds or some shit like that. Sure. But once you have gotten to the point where you are self-sustaining, and this is more for the women because I ain't met a nigga that said I ain't never came before.
No.
But yeah,
that's a problem.
Or an adult woman and you got some alone time, it like what fuck age can you not feel safe like that? That sounds ridiculous, sounds disingenuous than a motherfucker to me. But yeah, I just had to get on that because again, like what the fuck are we talking about a safe space if you ain't got your own motherfucking pad as an adult? And because I know your ass done got horny by yourself before, that's just some natural ass shit.
Right.
But then what was another one? Okay, so Jason brought up 2 good things. I think the word you were trying to allude to was sapiosexual.
No. Demi and sapio is different.
Demi is different.
Yes.
All right.
You got. I know you'll look it up. We'll talk about it, but they're different.
For sure.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, I have gotten more into valuing the sex that I provide. So it does come off that I need something other than just a fat ass and a cute smile. So that
Yes.
I get that. I get that. As I've gotten older, it ain't just she's straight for the stroke. Like, yeah, like it's because I value what I'm able to do, like because I have had plenty of experience in the past to know that I'm not Joe or Jane 6-pack worthy. I'm above that. Yeah. I am. I'm above that. Now,
Right then.
when it comes to that time of the month, motherfucker, put a towel down. We finna get to work.
No, that's a no.
Put a
for me.
motherfucking towel down. We finna get to work. Fuck that
No.
bullshit. Yeah,
Y'all let it finish. Let it finish. Let it
Hold on,
finish.
real quick. It's I know I'm gonna let him finish, but let me ask you this: did you have a sister or cousin who was like a sister that you grew up with?
Yep, sure did.
That's all I need to say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure did.
Okay, go ahead.
Joe did, yeah. When it comes to that, yeah, put the towel down. We finna get to work. Fuck that bullshit. Yeah, you my woman, yeah, fuck that. It's going down.
Want to take a shower?
I can get over that. We got a nice towel that's just designed for that. Just like you got a towel for washing the car, I got a towel for washing that ass. Yeah, so
Damn.
we can get on with that. And then
So you had a running the red light towel?
Man, yes, sir. You know exactly what I'm talking about, P.
The red Baron. Not me, sir. No, thank you.
I heard about it.
The red light special.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay.
All right.
For
Yeah,
sure.
go ahead.
That's what I'm talking about, P. And then Rico had mentioned something about confidence. Like, so there's a difference between confidence and bravado. To have confidence, you have to know that you can do the shit. Like, you can be you're confident in your ability. If you're just talking shit, then it's bravado. Like, I'm confident in my abilities because I'm proven. I've done these things before. Anything I done said on while we've been talking, yeah, somebody can testify for you, and probably multiple times. That's just what I want to make clear on that. Like, when I'm saying cock ring is all I need, yeah, because once I get to that 3 or 4 inch spot, I can let the cock ring do its thing, because I got my 100 pack nowadays. Like, when I was younger, didn't need one. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Hell, you mean? I'm gonna get down with mine. And that's another thing. Like, when it comes to sexual prowess, like, have I ever went down a hallway that was too big? Sure I have.
What the fuck is that? What
Like throwing a
He
hot
talking
dog
about
in
a
the
big-
hallway?
a big-
You ain't never heard that?
A big
I know. I was just really fucking with Pokey. I was just fucking with him, y'all. I'm just fucking with him. Go ahead, though, Poke. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, like, I ever went down a hallway that was too big? Sure I have. Or at least I felt that way.
Right.
But I still was able to perform. Like, when I get that leg shaking, when that right leg starts shaking, you're not pretending when you catch a cramp. You can't fake a cramp. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, once that cramping start coming on, you sweating and shit like that. I ain't never seen nobody fake sweat before.
Right.
Yeah.
I
And
look for the toes.
it also into that cramping. Yeah, that's also into that cramping. But I'm just saying, like, it's certain. You ain't listening for the oohs and the ahs and the you ain't listening for that. What you're looking for is that motherfucking that quake coming through. You're looking all of a sudden when them ass cheeks start twerking and she ain't actually dancing. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what. Like, again, there's a difference between confidence and bravado. If you done been there, you've been there, and you can talk about it. Like, that's sometimes why I don't always get into everything. That especially when Wizzo start just going off on dick and pussy and fucking and shit like that. Yeah, I got stories for days, but the whole point is that I want to bring up is just there's the difference between confidence, which means you are confident that you can run a 4.6 in a 40. You're confident. You're confident about things that you can accomplish. Like, but I'm not being braggadocious for entertainment's sake. Like, I talk about whatever I done talked about, but it's somebody to testify for you, and I do mean that literally. Now, the last thing I wanted to wrap up with, and her ass left again. But that's all right.
There she go.
Who's that?
Yeah, no,
Adina?
the Jewish lady. The juicy lady. I get to use that.
Yeah.
Juicy lady. Shout out to Just John. But when she was the coddling thing, because Seven kind of touched on that. I want to say that for last. The trauma and stuff like that. Like, man, like that. If you have not gone to a therapist, a psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever you need as an adult, but there is some point in your lifetime you need to get over that bullshit. Seriously. And if you can't get over it, then remove yourself from the rest of society and stop looking for somebody to pat your ass on the back and say, oh, you got hurt when you was 12 years old. Man, you ain't got over that yet. You 49. Fuck that bullshit.
Damn.
But
no.
Yeah, we got it. Let's
psychiatrist.
I see you, Rico. I got a few ahead of you. I'm sorry,
whatever
folks.
it is, but something that happened at 12 years old, 40 years later, your ass should have got over it. or you should have been able to work through it to where you can be a contributing citizen society, or step the fuck back. And I ain't saying you got to contribute. If sex is so scary and you had such a horrible thing, then just step the fuck back. Stay out the way of the folks who's all right and can move around.
Damn.
That's why I wanted to end it there.
All right. Rico, you're going to be after Dr. Diane, but I got PM Diane. We still good, Doc?
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, I
damn.
want to ask her something.
Okay. Well, yeah, but I got to get to PM.
No, let them go ahead and I'll go after him.
Okay. Go ahead. What you going to ask? And I got Beautiful Soul still hanging in the
Okay.
mix. Go ahead, Rico.
Dr. Diane, this is about women wanting to be like men. Like, since you're a sexual therapist, talk to the young women out there about why or why not, which I believe they shouldn't want to be like men when it comes to having a bunch of different sexual partners. Do you believe that women were designed like men for a lot of sex with different partners, or do you believe that it's taboo or it's wrong for women to want sex with a bunch of different partners?
I can't say wrong or right. It's just the person's preference. Men,
But by design.
by design, still, I can't say by design. What I will say is this, because you made a couple of points. Women who want to be like men. I didn't know where you were going with that, but I think I've met women who are very what's the word? But they're not. I don't want to say assertive. What's the word? I've just lost it. For there's the different versions of men. One is the alpha.
Oh.
So when you're dealing, I've worked with a lot of alpha women, right? And so the way they show up in the world is how some of them have had to show up based on the situation and what they were dealing with at the time. Some women are placed in those roles, whether they want to be or not. And some have been placed in those roles by men. Like, I even work with women who are alpha women, and they're married to men who are the beta. But in terms of them wanting to be like men, I don't know in terms of where you were going with that part. But I do know
Not
that
wanting to be like a man overall. I'm talking about just wanting to have a bunch of
multiple
sex,
partners.
because they're like, in today's world, there's a lot of women, I don't understand why a woman would want to be like a man, but especially when it comes to sex. I just don't believe a woman's body was designed to be sex with a bunch of different partners.
But a man's penis
Oh, she
was?
went away.
No, I'm here.
Yes.
I think a man's penis was meant to
Yes.
to be with. Where did that come
We are
from?
here
Where
to
do you-
populate the earth. We are here to
Mhm.
populate the earth. Yes.
And the
Science. Women, that
They
a
supposed to
woman
have one
wasn't.
person.
You know what? That'll be a whole nother topic. But just speak
Let's-
on that
let's-
right now.
Yeah. Let's let her finish on that. Then I need to hear from Beautiful Soul and PM, y'all.
Okay.
I got you
I
down,
think
though,
that's.
Jason.
But
Like
I do
finna
want.
go.
I think this is a great conversation. But I do. It's bigger
Yeah.
than just these next 5 minutes that I have. But I
Yeah.
really
Okay.
appreciate the point. I think, yeah, when it comes to women wanting to be men and having both a lot of sex, I find it very interesting how they're named, have all these names that are attached to them when they're doing that. Oh, she's a hoe. Oh, she's a, I mean, but women love sex just as much as men, some women do. And
They
for
ain't
women,
had no damn orgasm ever in their life.
what was that?
I'm sorry, my fault.
Oh, say it. I didn't hear you.
When you said women like to have sex as much as men, it's hard for me to take that seriously when whatever the statistic is, between 10 to only 10 to 35% of women have ever had an orgasm, and so many of them ain't never had an orgasm by themselves. Yeah, that's kind of hard to
I've
make
met a
sense.
lot of women and worked with a lot of women who love sex, who can have it every single day. It has become a problem even in their relationship where the husband has said, this is all that she thinks about. So, I think we have these different narratives, and we call it all these things, but to talk about it, but I don't have enough time right now. But
Yeah.
that's a great topic for us to get into because I do have my thoughts on it.
We won't even get
Can I
to that
speak with you
topic because
offline
I
about
can't
it?
get the ladies on here. But yeah, I got it. I got to
No.
give the beautiful
Because
soul.
I
Can
know
I
you
Say
have
speak
to
to you
get
something.
offline
beautiful
about
soul.
it, Dr. Diane?
Absolutely. You want my number?
Oh man, I
Send it
had
in the
two
message.
quick
Well,
Put
put
questions.
it
it
in
in
the
the chat.
chat.
In the private chat.
Put it in the
that
private
Put it in the
chat.
private chat.
I'll put it. I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, don't put it on the online.
I can
Beautiful
do.
soul. Go ahead, cause we're gonna get ready to cut it out. Cause like I say, all of us ain't gonna be up in here. 'Cause I know you say you like the sex, but you ain't finna get all these dicks up in here like that. So any comments that you got before we see what PM next? Cause Dr. Diane fixing to go.
I need to talk to the doctor.
Well, she put
Keep
her
going.
number over there
I'm
in the
trying to figure
private
out how to
chat.
get my number in here.
Okay.
Here we go.
Beautiful soul, go ahead. We listening.
First of all, I want to apologize because earlier my laptop had died. I was trying to get on the phone and my mic wasn't working, so my bad. But I'm
Yeah.
back on the laptop, it's charging. But I don't even know because I said my little points earlier.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just seeing if you had any comments on anything that's been said, but if not, I think Jason want to get something in
Yeah.
before Dr. Diane get out of here right quick. Then
Okay.
she's still putting her number in there. Jason, go ahead, cause she's fixing to go and
I
PM.
wanted
Sorry.
to say to Dr. Diane that there is a difference between a woman who is desiring sex as much as the average man. And I've already explained that that's in general and typically more than me personally, anecdotally, right? It's more than me. And I have a woman like that who wants it a lot more than I do. Every day works for her, right? So I get what you're saying, and I agree with you on that point. My other question was, in your explanation, you used the term multiple times, alpha woman, and I'm wondering how you define and why you would refer to these women as alpha women. What is the requirement for that?
So when I say alpha women, those are women who possess, especially I'll think of the corporate women that I've worked with. Those are when women get in certain environments and they have characteristics that are typically assigned to a man. Like they have to be emotionless. They have to show up to work hard. They have to be this person when they walk in the room. And the problem is when they get home and they cross over that threshold, they're not able to turn that off. And so that's
Okay.
where it becomes problematic because then you have two alphas are not going to get along.
We're on the same page. We're on the same page, and I know you have to go. That's the only reason I'm cutting you off. I know that that's rude of me, but I had one more question, and I agree with you. I just wanted to make sure that that's what we were talking about, because in general, my dating experience has been with what I consider women who, outside of my threshold, have to be these strong, take no bullshit women, but then when they cross my threshold, that has to change every day. And so as long as we were talking about the same thing, I have no argument. I just was making sure or asking if we were talking about the same thing.
The challenge is when they cross over the threshold and getting into that soft mode, it becomes problematic because some of them have told me, it's hard for me to turn it off. And so, but we're on the same page.
This is separate. Do you, or do you, what has been your experience? What are your personal thoughts on, or if you deal with it, only if you deal with it, poly relationships?
I've worked with poly relationships, sexual orientation, different type of relationships, quite a few. Poly, I've found, can work if everybody, number one, is in agreement. What I find is that sometimes we have people, in poly relationships or threesomes and they don't know it.
Right, and I'm not discussing these people at all. I'm discussing everybody who is of the understanding that this is what's happening.
Of the understanding, I've seen it work. I've seen it work very well. If there's certain rules that we have agreed to, we have an agreement of how what is acceptable and unacceptable, those relationships, and everybody understands what their role is. They know, they keep the communication open. They don't fall in love with the other person. So there's just different rules, but if people abide by those rules and agreements in place, I've seen those relationships absolutely work.
Okay,
It's
let me
when
say.
we step outside of the bounds of what we agreed to is when they come to me,
Right.
because now you're having secret, sessions with the other person,
Right.
or bringing them over to the house without us discussing it. I come home and they in the bed.
Right.
Now we said that's not what we were going to do.
Right.
So keep with the agreement, keep the communication going. I've seen it work.
Okay, so I know you getting ready to go, and we're gonna get ready to cut short here in a little bit after I hit PM. But is there anything closing comments that you like to say to anybody? Any remarks? But before you do that, I'm gonna just say something on that alpha male, that woman. She ain't finna be no alpha unless she got a dick. So I'll just say,
Bring me to
go
the
ahead
punch.
with any closing
Alpha,
I
comments.
agree.
alpha is more. It's about characteristics.
Well,
Uh,
she gotta have a characteristic dick. And
so
she ain't no alpha male, female or whatever. She ain't no alpha. She might be a zebra, but she ain't no damn alpha. But if she can't write her name in the street, then she ain't no damn alpha. But Dr. Diane, go ahead and
you know
any
what to
closing
do.
comments, and
I,
because
I,
I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Go ahead.
I don't even know what to do with you after that. Uh, no, I think sex is such a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Right.
But the only way it's going to work is if you talk about it. There's no reason why people are out here having bad sex or being, having sexless relationships, which I see so often. You guys would be surprised of how many sexually starved relationships are out here. People who have been together for so long and now that part of their relationship is over. People with children, when you become, empty nesters, uh, that's the one thing that they're trying to regain back. And so the couples that I'm working with, one of the things that out of all of them I'm working with, the thread is they're having issues with sex. But if we talk about it, if we talk about it before, during, and after, I do believe in that. I've heard it said a couple of times here tonight. Talk about what you enjoy. Talk about what you don't like. Talk about some of the things that we can do to enhance it. But communication is everything. But don't think that sex is everything. You don't just think that's the one thing that you can bring and it's going to be the one thing that he or she wants from you. There's so many more dimensions to you, so many more things that you have to you. Just think about some of those things. Don't think that everything is revolved around it, just to keep somebody. So,
And Dr. Diane, I'm gonna have to get with Tina because she was supposed to get with you and kind of clear your schedule, and she didn't. So we was really looking for. Had 4 ladies lined up, and I had been putting this topic out, and then we've been kind of spotty on the women, kind of like a woman on the last day of her period. So,
Yeah.
but don't get on to Dr. Tina because I look back and that's all on me.
Okay.
I have a schedule here that if I have an emergency, and she understands, and she told me
Okay.
get on there as soon as you can, but I couldn't stop in the
Right.
middle of this emergency that I was having at work with someone,
Gotcha.
and so that's on me. That's my
Yeah, okay.
apologies.
Well,
It was one of those days. It
Gotcha.
literally was.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this: when you said can't stop, it's hard for a man to stop too when that pressure rises. He like shit. I ain't for the stop. It's got to go. God damn it, it's got to go. Dr. Diane, hey, I appreciate you coming on and taking the time. We get a little funny in here, get a little serious in here. It's been a lot of topics. We got to try to get you on when when an emergency don't come up or something like that.
This was one of those. I'm like, man, but yeah.
Yeah.
And typically, I'm at home when I was on here the last time I was with you. So
Don't
but
say that
anyway.
like that. The last time you was with me, you was at home. You
I
said
was
this
at home with you.
watching. Oh my God! Can't take you nowhere. You weren't supposed to
We
tell
were
it.
together. I was home.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Though anyway, we'll catch up with you. PM. Man, I'm sorry to get to you late.
Thank you, Dr. Diane.
We're gonna just be a few more minutes and then we're gonna
And
get ready
call
to
me.
log off.
I'm
Yeah,
Want
good
me to call you?
there.
I will.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
PM, come on with it, man. I mean, we down to just one, and she had already said about, but I ain't gonna say that again. Go ahead. We're gonna be just a few more minutes.
I mean, well, I don't even know where to start, Wizard. Y'all done covered a lot, man. I'm trying to figure out even where to start at. Let me see.
Man, just start with put the tip in just a little bit. Shit.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Damn.
Indeed.
Going off what I heard about earlier, I think Jason was talking about it. For the most part, I think y'all was talking about started off with something about communicating, or how, how often that you communicate what you want or how you like or whatever the case may be. In those situations, I ain't never had those type of discussions. I was one of those guys that'll get a girl over the crib and just sit there and chill and just make her wait it out. I wouldn't jump on, wouldn't touch her, wouldn't give her any notion that I'm trying to get at her, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna make her sweat it out just to see how long she gonna play the game. Because my thing is this: you already at the crib, I already know what you there for, so you can play the game and all, whatever the case may be. But I'm not gonna touch you until you actually make your move. You know what I'm saying? So my situations encounters be a little different with a lot of different situations I've been in, women. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't tell you about any conversations that was had or any how they felt or who was pleased or whatever, because it wasn't ever, probably wasn't even around that long at the end just to even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess though in this day and age, in this time, as far as what age you are, I am now, you know what I'm saying, where everybody should be around this panel. I guess I could say a conversation should be had. I don't know what they saying now. Are you dating with intentions or whatever the case may be? That's probably what you want to check in, depending on where you at in life. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, the shoes my lifestyle, what I've been, most women don't even talk about that in the beginning because, like you said, it's going to be automatic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you tend to, like, the term booty before duty, before you even get to really know who she is and stuff like that. So, actually, her experiences, she gonna be well experienced anyway. You know what I mean? It just depends on who you are. Now, whether she's getting off or not, I really don't think it's just about the sex. Actually, it's really a case by case scenario. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if we have alcohol involved, pills, or what I'm saying, beer, whatever the case may be, to where people are, they're when they're getting their arousal or their excitement level might be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it might work the first night, it might not work ever again in life. I think it's a case by case scenario, unless you just know what you're doing or you're really into that person. But me personally, like, I really need to be into the person because I already know what the booty before duty situation is. So it's
Right.
like I don't really take it that serious. I really need somebody that's really I'm into to mentally keep me there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I heard that. So y'all look, I know a lot of us guys don't want to sit around here and be talking about fucking and sucking and all that shit. But we're gonna hear from Beautiful Soul, and then we're gonna kind of work our way around the horn to all of the I've talked to some of you personally. I've told you what the podcast was about. However, some of the ladies, they just didn't show up, couldn't stay, and different things like that. That happens. This here is a non-monetized podcast, so I ain't paying them shit, but they welcome to come on here and talk shit. So I can't do anything about that. And Two Flowers, I see you up in there. We should have got you on up in there with your little cherry eating ass. Eating cherries on the live and shit. But anyway, so Beautiful Soul, let's hear from you, and then we're gonna see what the guys got to say, and then we're gonna get ready to get up out of here because that's just how we gonna roll. You've been kind of quiet. What's up?
Well, I just peeped on PM saying about, when you got to make love or fuck or whatever, to have like substances like alcohol, drugs, and shit like that. So I would say, like, do you, I'm trying to see how to word it.
Just word that shit. Just say
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Do you just bring it up to your partner, hey babe, let's do some X and see how it go, you know, or you just bring the thing and be like, hey, we're gonna do this.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm
You
Okay.
know
on.
your partner before that. You know your
Wow.
I don't.
partner before that.
I don't
Wow.
do any things. I'm just saying that's case by case scenarios.
True.
Somebody might have gotten, like, hey, let's go ahead and pop or whatever tonight, and then be in that situation and might have an extravagant night, a
Mhm.
crazy sexual experience, right? And then the next time might not even be so, just be sober, just on some regular came over and it was a red box movie night. And every time after that wasn't that experience.
Okay.
Everybody's going to be different. I think that it's a case by case scenario. Or you might get your rocks off, you know what I'm saying? So it might work one day, it might not work. It might have been a bottle of Hennessy, it might not have been the bottle, it might have been the blunts, the backwood. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a case by case scenario.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else you got, beautiful soul?
I mean,
It's your time. You up on here. What's up?
Because with me, when I get high, I get fucking horny, so I needs to dip. So so whoever I'm with knows that. So I was just stating that whoever you're with should know the stuff you into, or if you want to get into that, you discuss that type of stuff. That's what that's what I was trying
So
to put out.
do you bring it up, or you just like wait to see what your other person is gonna say? Or you be like, hey, look, got some. Or you just like, look.
We already brought it up. We diving into like the Viagra's and shit like that, but I want to do it more like get the honey pack and shit like that instead. But we discussing
Yeah,
because
cause we know you ain't fucking right now, cause you already said that you
I'm
ain't doing
not.
no
But
fucking.
I didn't say I'm
But
not nothing
you,
though.
you are
I
nothing.
didn't say
So,
I'm not nothing. So I just
so
want to
yeah,
put
but
that out
so
there.
we ain't talking about the Viagra and all that shit yet. Cause if you ain't fucking, then who gonna do the Viagra? Your fingers? I'm just
No,
saying.
like I said, the
Okay, I
person I'm
got you, Pope.
talking to, we've been talking for a hot minute, and the anniversary thing coming up. I'm divorced now, and I decided.
Anniversary.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So we're gonna hear from
Yes,
Pokey after
Hey,
it's with me.
that.
It's a woman thing.
hey,
I know
beautiful
men don't give a
soul.
fuck about anniversaries, but
Huh?
it's me. So
But check this
anyway,
out. Skip the honey pack. Go get you some pink horsepower.
Oh.
God
look
damn.
into it.
And,
Okay,
and,
let's.
and get it to your dude and order it, then see what happens.
Pink horsepower. Okay.
All right. Let's go and work the horn right quick, y'all. Let's Pokey threw up the sign for me to go, and then after that, we'll see who else want to. Were you through first, beautiful soul? Did you have something else?
Now I'm about to jot that down.
Okay. All right.
So she gonna jot
Because I'm
that
gonna
down.
be.
Okay.
Be careful.
Come on, Poke.
It's been a hot minute. So
All right, Poke.
yeah.
So, I gotta go back. Rico had mentioned something. Say, man, and no milking of the prostate. Like, leave that to the palm colored folks. Let me say that first and foremost. Leave that to the palm colored folks, man. All right, like if you into getting whooped with a cat of nine tails or some shit like that, hey, fine.
No.
No,
No, sir.
Leave the milking of the prostate to the palm colored folks. You want hot wax poured on your ass or some shit, okay, but leave the milking of the prostate to the palm colored people. That's the first thing I want to say.
All right.
As far as substances go, look, I'm gonna tell you again, like I've been around. So a trick, and I do not recommend this for any of the viewers at home. This is just anecdotal. This is for entertainment purposes only. Mushrooms, especially if it's their first time. If you engage with a willing participant with mushrooms and use either a jacuzzi or a hot bathtub, it will be the most grandiose experience they've ever had in their life, especially if it's their first time.
I heard about that.
Again, this is for
during breakfast
purposes only. Let me make sure I'm clear on that. For entertainment purposes only. This is all. It's a fantasy. Diddly-do, diddly-do, diddly-do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. One more thing I wanted to mention. The alpha woman thing. Like, look, man, you kind of summed it up, Wizzo, real quick. No such thing. No such thing. Because the only time alpha woman is associated just with negative aspects that are always deemed male. Show me an alpha woman that's stoic. I dare anybody to do that. Show me an alpha woman that's stoic. Show me an alpha woman that takes first responsibility or 100% responsibility for everything being correct in the home. I guarantee you won't be able to do it. I'm willing to take the Pepsi challenge on that. I get cash out $1,000 to a motherfucker that can show me a stoic woman. Okay, own it. Because anytime you hear that alpha female terminology, it is always because she associates or has been associated with whatever negative aspect that is usually deemed male dominant. Now, when it comes to the contributing citizen to society part, that most men know that that's where we have to stand at to be considered men. That's what you don't see. You always get the asshole, the ball buster, the high sedity bitch aspects of it, which they'll point as if these are usually aspects of a man, and that's not what an alpha male is. That you're just talking about an asshole, and it's usually those negative aspects that are associated with a quote unquote alpha female. But you won't show me a woman who's what I would say consider a stand-up person that you can point out to, and again, being alpha as a label, that's stoic or that's 100% responsible. Like when she mentioned having a beta male, like if that was the case, then any of the women that were quote unquote alpha females, a beta male they would be fine with, because they would have 100% of the responsibility and take that on because that would be their duty. Like you can't show me a woman who's duty first and knows that that's her responsibility and been called an alpha male, or excuse me, alpha female. And I'm gonna stop right there. It's just that I dislike that terminology very much because it's always associated with the negative aspects that have been first lean towards men. And usually we're talking about the sociopaths, like the CEOs and the COOs and so on. But I'll stop there.
Okay, that's all you got on closing, because we're closing out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cause all the ladies but beautiful soul left, and we ain't finna give her all this dick.
Well, that's kind of why I closed.
I mean,
Hey, y'all,
I've heard her say
100.
three
you
different
might want
times.
it.
That's 100.
3 different times
Right now,
she said
she
she
might want
loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you got? Cause we close it out, Pope. What you got?
I can dig it. I can dig it because I agree with you. I don't want to be in a sausage party with you fellas all night long for real. So I can dig that. But it's a pleasure. Always, beautiful soul. Next time you need to be a little bit more prepared. I told your ass about being late.
No, wait. Wizzo
What?
told me it wasn't my turn. Somebody else was gonna be on, but I said I'm on standby.
You on standby?
Yeah, the other lady didn't show up, so she asked me could she come on, so that's why she was late. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
And then everybody else is gone. So
Well, my apologies for assuming. I've asked you leave.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
P, appreciate you showing up. Jason, we definitely need to get between the difference between Sapio and Demi. I definitely want to get more educated on that, because that's what I assumed you had meant. But that's awesome. 7, you actually were on better behavior. I would have figured you would have went a little more hard in the paint than that. So I don't know if you got your baby in your room with you, because that's usually when you're more tame. But anyway, just shout out to you for that. Rico, man, Hawaii is awesome. Please enjoy that shit. Can't wait to have you back so we can get more into it. And of course, Wizzo, love being on here with you. Hope we get to actually get some women on here so we can actually get into this shit for real, because I don't think it got nasty enough, to be honest with you.
Not really.
I don't.
We was a long way from where I wanted to be.
We ain't even talk about tossing salads, even though I'm anti-tossing salads. We ain't talk about that at all. So that's why I ended that.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah, they didn't show up. So what I'm gonna do before 7 go. I'm going to. I already reached out to the lady that you sent me, Pope. PM. I had a note right here to say that the lady that you was talking about that was on standby. If you can get her to message me, or you send me her name, and then the next time, hopefully, they'll, we can get them on here. But I didn't know these other ladies wasn't gonna do what they was gonna do. But
I
anyway,
tried to take care of you.
yeah, I appreciate it because you the one hooked us up with 2 flowers too. So and it was good to go. So 7, what you got? Peter Pander, what you got?
I just want to start my closing statement off with women are definitely fucking selfish, and I've heard a lot about how selfish motherfuckers can be in the bed because it seems like everything has to revolve around them. For the most part, men can be selfish too, but men have always been taught to how to please a woman on different levels. There are plenty of men out here that don't know what the fuck to do when it comes to a woman. But I've hung around some G's who have really mentored me from the time I was a shorty. All that shit is about what a woman likes. That shit only works on women because I know what women like. And women are selfish enough to eat that shit up. They just want it. So it's kind of crazy just to listen to some of these women be talking about some of the weird shit they be saying, like, oh, some women don't like sucking dick. I don't really know niggas that enjoy eating pussy, but they do it to please their woman though. You know what I'm saying? And it's like women can't get around that whole thing. Like, just suck my dick, bro. I don't want to hear that other shit, bro. Just do it to be doing it for my pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna listen to your bullshit, and I'm not gonna be happy about it. I gotta hear that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So people are just so selfish. And then another crazy thing I realized today is talking to women who have titles on their names. Sometimes that shit can get tiring. Cause listen to that white lady talk was fucking blowing my mind, bro. You talking about all this shit about men that did some shit to you and you was young. Like, get over that shit, bitch. That's weird. Then you just got some gay shit, Jewish. Nobody give no fuck about none of that shit. Like, that's weird, bro. That's what's wrong with today's society. We keep throwing them titles out. I never said nothing about being a heterosexual fat black man. I never said none of that type of shit, bro. Come on, man. None of that matters, bro. You gotta chill out. And it's always women with titles on their name. They just think they just give me talk about some shit like they so smart. These just some educated hoes too, bro. Honest to God, that's just how I go, bro. All of us, listen, it's not about being a woman, man. All of us can be hoes, man or woman. It's just that some people are more comfortable with acknowledging it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So some people really got to learn how to get off the high horse. Also, you hear a lot of people that just want to go with people that I guess were like their clients or people they talk to, they didn't heard. They just want to motherfucking just feel their pain. You ain't even lived that shit. Calm down. Just because you heard a bunch of motherfuckers say something don't mean it's true. Niggas just be saying what they hear. It's not always true, man. You know what I'm saying? And on that note, man, I hope everybody have a good night, man. It's been an honor. And listen, yeah, I also want to say that I don't agree with that doing some drugs and drinking shit before you fuck, because that shit was smooth back in the day. But nowadays, these hoes like to say they was raped. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with a whole generation of women nowadays.
That's
These
why I
women
said
will
it's for
fuck
entertainment
you.
purposes only.
Yeah.
Right. They will give you the green light to do some shit and fuck, and then 2 months later they're gonna be like, he raped the shit out of me, and now you sitting there looking like Lex Luthor with a smile on your face, like, damn, this bitch sinister. So you just gotta play it high. So man, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all have a good night.
That's what's. All right, Rico, what you got on the closing comments and anything else you want to say before we get ready to get out?
Oh yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it as always. I hate the women couldn't stay on as much as they could, especially Dr. Diane being a sex therapist and all. And the other woman as well, I think she said she's into some she does something with sex as well, some of that. I don't remember she threw out a lot of titles. So but I enjoyed being on here once again. And I'll say to everyone out there, the young people, especially the young men, don't be a selfish lover. Communicate with one another. Sex should be the most exhilarating experience that you ever had. You should be able to be relaxed and feel good and get all the pleasures
Indeed.
of it. And I'll leave it at that. Y'all safe.
Right.
And once again, I look forward to seeing y'all again.
Right. It should
Hey,
be the
Wizzo, can
best
I add
3
one more
seconds of
thing
your
real
life.
quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, Wizzo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to say this. If we look at the shit that's going on here on this podcast, we can see what's going on in the world, because this is not no isolated shit. The people that you can rely on the most are the motherfucking people that's here. Why is it that you always have a problem with the women coming on? And if you look at that, you can see how the problem correlates when it comes to the bedroom. These hoes show up to this show like they show up to the bedroom. This is what they do, and then they want to blame it on me.
All right. PM, I don't know how you gonna go behind that, but you up next.
Glad it's him instead of me.
Good answer.
Hey, man.
And I'm not gonna ask you what you eat this time. Last time you hit me with these nuts and shit. I thought it was a damn junior. It's a damn junior mints. I ain't gonna never ask your ass again.
Damn.
Man, I appreciate being on with y'all, man. It's a pleasure as always. Yeah, I definitely was expecting it to get a little bit more, in depth on what y'all was talking about, and here, because we talk about all the other stuff. So, maybe the next time we set something up and y'all get it going again, and run it back.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a challenge, man, with the women. What can I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone. PM, that's all you got right there.
Yes.
All right. Beautiful soul, you got any closing comments, remarks?
Well, from what Peter Pandora said, something about women is selfish and all that type of shit. When I'm in the bedroom, I don't complain. If there's something that's going on and I don't like it, we will maneuver or some shit like that, so we can both enjoy and be pleased. So
Okay.
I'm just putting that out there.
All right, that's what's up. All righty. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but I'm glad you put it out there though. Jason,
When you say maneuver,
there you go being messy.
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean,
I just trying to figure out where it came from. That's why I was like, what position?
Like, how many positions can you get in?
Okay. There we go.
Where do we
Okay.
start from?
All right, let's give it the oh, shit. All right, Jason, closing comments, remarks, what you got?
what you got, cowboy?
Oh, damn. Did you hear that look at the end, Jason? You did that for her. Look, she blushing now. That means she meant that.
Well, while Jason getting himself together, let me thank all of our viewers out there for watching. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you wholeheartedly. Remember, it's free to like, share, and subscribe. So I appreciate you. Share it. Share the podcast. It don't take nothing to go and hit that share button, hit that like, leave a comment or anything like that. We appreciate you. And if you want to be a guest on Wizzo Talk, send me a message on Paul Wizzo, and we'll see if I can get you on the show. Don't worry about a topic, because I got plenty of them. At that time, Jason ought to have everything together and give his closing remarks.
I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate everybody's comments, and God bless you for coming out. Thank y'all. Be safe.
All right, damn boy.
Oh, free R. Kelly.
Oh, free R.
Free R. Kelly. Free R. Kelly.
Hey, I'm gonna just make two things. Two things I'm gonna just touch right quick. When Pokey was talking about that big hallway, the thing about it is, shit, when that dick get up in that big ass hallway, it still gonna spit regardless. So that hallway can be.
You ain't never heard the term. That's like throwing a hot dog in the hallway.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when we was talking about with the other guy, I forgot his name, about the people that was paralyzed and couldn't fuck. They get their mind right. Shit, that motherfucker gonna still spit. Cause he'll just visualize that the pussy's tight, even though he got a life jacket on. But I'm just gonna
we done all been there.
And
When
go ahead.
before you said something about that hallway, I was like, I started thinking about a vampire. Okay. Oh.
Memory.
Yeah, no, my last thing I was gonna say is, well, I already said PM. I get with that lady that have her
Oh
send me
yeah,
a
yeah,
message or
yeah.
some shit like that, so we can see about getting on. Cause that's where you guys already know I struggle with the women coming on. You know, the guys we be ready,
You should have had
and
2 flowers on here.
yeah, we should have 2 flowers on. She usually come with flowers. She be trying to play it safe and shit. She don't be wanting to say nothing, whatever. But and we know she probably freak as hell in the damn bedroom. But and
Probably.
on my last note, y'all think I was lying, but Pokey referenced Honey Pack again. I fucking never heard that until I looked it up, and then I sent Jason a deal about it. I didn't know nothing about no goddamn Honey Pack, and then Jason sent me that.
Jason know all about it.
Yeah, he
Well,
said
let
after
me ask you this: when
uh-huh.
you get it, do you eat all of it at one time or what?
Yeah, it's got the little perforation on it, and you split the side of it on the corner, and then you just squeeze it in your mouth, and it's honey. It's literally honey. They've just put medicine in the honey, and then within about 37 to 42 minutes, then you're gonna feel like you're 17 again. And so watch what you're watching on TV. Be careful where you're going. Don't go to the mall. Shit like that.
So I can't go get a scoop of ice cream and a biscuit.
You can go do whatever you want to do.
Pour it on there,
understand
then crumble it on the cookie, and
you
then
can go do whatever you want to do, but you got to understand your body is now going to respond for the next 36 hours like it did when you were 17. So as soon as the wind blow, that bad boy, you know what I mean?
36 hours.
With that being said, now I learned about what a damn Honey Pack was.
Just start air pumping.
Absolutely. She kick-started. Yeah, it's easy.
Hey, with that being said, guys, you know I appreciate each and every one of you beautiful soul. I appreciate you also send me a message and you know wanting to go and pop on the last minute, because I don't usually like to you know send it to anyone on the last minute, but you was on standby, so I appreciate you for wanting to go and jump on with these guys right here. You know, I don't know if you probably just wanted to be on here with all these dicks or not. I don't know. But I'm just saying. Anyway, no, but I appreciate you. It's always a good conversation, guys. I think I'm working on the 19th for maybe a barbershop talk, and I'll reach out to some of you guys, and I got 1 or 2 new guys that want to come on, and we'll chop it up again. And if you're watching out there, barbershop talk is random conversation, multiple guys, multiple topic, and always on Wizzo Talk. It is uncut, unedited, this, that, and we just say it however the fuck we want to. With that being said, this your boy Paul Wizzo saying, holla at your boy.